All right, looks like we are live. Cool. Well, welcome everybody. I am going to refresh the group just to make sure we're in there and everybody can hear and see us. If you are watching live, definitely say hello. There we are. Cool. We're in there. Perfect. Well, I hope everybody's having a great day. As always, we're going to jump in here and share a little bit. These sessions are for education, motivation, and inspiration, right? We want you to go into the weekend and with a new sense of a view of how to improve your life. And that's what we're here to help you do. We have a special guest actually coming in Tuesday. So what we're going to try to do is start having some guests from time to time. And so Tuesday, my buddy or our buddy, Steve Grant, has been with our team now over 2 years. And he's become a phenomenal trader. He is just a solid family man, good Christian guy. When he speaks, I listen. I respect him a lot, and I know Jay does as well. So he has agreed to come and just share, some words of inspiration and education with you guys on Tuesday. So he's going to be popping in here. So definitely put that on your calendar. It's going to be on Tuesday at I believe regular time, 11:30 a.m. I'll confirm that with him, but it's something you don't want to miss, right? I'm not going to miss it, and I definitely hope you won't as well. So let's talk about today's session. Today's session is going to be on overcoming procrastination. If you really apply what we're going to talk about today, it can change your life. It can absolutely change your life, because procrastination, we say it's funny. It's kind of like a credit card, right? It's like a credit card. Credit cards are really super fun to get, and you can just swipe, right? But it's not so much fun when the bill comes due and you're stressed and you can't pay that bill, and that percentage, that APR starts, or APY, whatever it is, starts racking up, right? So just know that procrastination is it's like the fertilizer of your life that's going to make difficulties grow. So we want to overcome that procrastination. It is the enemy of our success, because the biggest amount of wasted time in your life is the time not getting started. It's really what it comes down to. The biggest waste of time in your life is the time not getting started. So I'll hand it over to you, Jay.
Yeah, and the key, I'm not muted. No, the key, we've talked about this before, right? Is just taking action, right? Sometimes the cure for fear is just taking action and not waiting until tomorrow to do stuff, right? It's not like it doesn't really make it any easier, right? Putting stuff off. You think consciously, you think it makes it easier, right? Because I'll just do that later. And it maybe for like a fraction of a second, like you feel some relief. But the big picture is you're still using energy to procrastinate, right? It's still taking up your thought process in the back of your mind. It's in there working. You still know it has to be done, and it ends up being stressful, right? You're going to be tired from the stress. You're going to be tired from doing the action, right? Whether you take the action or not, you're still going to be tired. So just do it, right? It's just going to be easier that way. Just reap the benefits of doing the actual task that you've been trying to put off. If you think about it, right up to today, right? What have you been procrastinating about? What's one thing that if you did it today, it would create a new energy for you, right? Like it could advance whatever it is, work, life, fitness, whatever it is. What have you been putting off that if you did that one thing, it could really change things for you?
Yeah. And doing that one thing, what's that going to do? That's going to create confidence in your daily activities, in your walk, in your life. Remember there's always a 90-day rule. We talk about it a lot in the business side, but there's always, it's the same in trading. It's the same in everything. There's 90-day rule. It's the same in your, if you do something, if you decide, hey, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week, in 90 days, you're going to see some results from that, maybe great results from that. But the opposite is also true. If you say, I'm going to start eating a donut a day, in 90 days, you're probably going to see some results from that too.
What are you saying?
Hey, I'm not beating up on donuts, but Jay doesn't eat donuts. But.
I didn't procrastinate and I started eating them.
But it works both ways. It's really especially true in relationships, right? If you one extra caring touch or one extra, caring word to your spouse once a day, what would that do in 90 days? Your relationship could be totally different than it is now. because you have to build up that, I know I forget who writes it. I'm getting sidetracked, but it's the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Stephen
Covey. That's it. He talks about the emotional bank account and how, if it's so overdrawn, you have to make deposits. It's the same thing, right? You're just making deposits for 90 days. You're going to see those results. And when you don't say when you don't do what you say you're going to do, it hurts your character, right? It hurts you become complacent. You stop trying. Eventually you're going to stop. You're going to say, well, I always try to go to the gym and I don't, so I stopped. I always try to go to events and I never make it, so I just stopped saying I'm going to go, right? You don't want to become that person. You don't want to be the person that's just keeps putting stuff off, so eventually you just stop trying. Because guess what? When you stop trying, you stop progressing. We don't want that.
No. And this is not what I was going to talk about, but you made me think about it, like the thing with relationships, right? I mean, it's just simple little stuff, like as an adult, like if you see the garbage is full, you should take it out, right? And then like sometimes I don't, right? Or I didn't see it. My wife asked me to take it out. And then like it's that instant thing, like, okay, I'll do it in a minute, right? And then you forget. And then I see my wife taking it out. And I'm like, ugh.
Crap.
Yeah, right. Then I just like, crap, I can't like hop up and run and take it out of her hands now. I already blew it. Like I missed my chance, right? And it's just that little bit of procrastination. Like it's just not good, right? And it's something like David was saying, like for a relationship, I'm like, that was like, I just made a withdrawal by not doing something, right? I made a withdrawal from that account without doing something when I could have made a deposit by just doing what needed to be done, right?
Yep.
Anyway, I mean, you just have to stop feeling sorry for yourself, right? I mean, I feel like the good cop, bad cop, right? So like I'm always like hammering people, but I mean, stop being lazy. I'm too tired. I'm too busy. I have too much work to do. It's not fair. I saw David had a post, like people asked him like, how'd you learn to trade when you're working 16-hour days, right? It's freaking, he got it done, right? He didn't have any choice. That's what he had to do, right? It wasn't going to work what he was doing. He can't work 16-hour days forever and never see his kids grow up. I mean, you can, people do it, right? But that wasn't what he chose to do, right? So just shut up. Stop the whining and get the thing done. Do that one thing today, right? If you just do one thing today, right? And then do it again tomorrow. Just keep doing that one thing, and it starts to get some momentum going, right? And your feelings, how you feel about it, right? Oh, I don't feel like doing it. Who cares? Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares if you're tired. Nobody cares if it's not fair, right? That people need stuff done, and it's your responsibility, right? You need to do it for whatever it is, for your family, for your life, for your bank account, whatever you need to work on for yourself, right? Your feelings shouldn't even be a part of that decision-making process, right? It's habits. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. We had one about habits, and I think David has a point on that as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of days when neither one of us feel like doing the things that we have to do, right? I mean, there's plenty of days where, and it's funny because, and I totally get it, right? I'm not beating up on anybody, but as there's so many people on the team now, and as the leaders, we get a lot of messages and answer them. There are tons of days where I've been up since 3:30, right? And I choose to get up that early. I don't have to get up that early, right? But I choose to because that's my opportunity o'clock, right? So I know that that's what the time I need to get up in order to get everything I want to get done, because I want to be productive that day. So I get up that time. That allows me time to trade, allows me time to have my devotion, it allows me time to answer messages, because I know that's going to take up a lot of my day, right? But there's a lot of days when I don't feel like answering messages. I mean, it's 8, 9 o'clock at night. People are messaging me, and I'm just like, man, I do not feel like getting into a long conversation right now with somebody about this trade and that trade. And I'm just like, I just want to go to sleep, right? But I do it anyway, because I know that it's part of what I need to do, right? There's plenty of days where, like I'm busy. Today, Jay and I both had a very busy day this morning. Both of us were like messaging each other, being like, do you have time to do this? You have time to do that? No. We're trying. And so I was like, well, I got to work out, right? But, I could have easily said, I don't have time to work out, so I'm just going to skip it today. And I had to, I apologize to Jay, because we were both kind of rushed at the things that we wanted to do, because I needed to, I chose to work out, and that took up about an hour of my time. But, I told Jay, I was like, it's a slippery slope, because if I start making excuses about, well, I'm busy today, I'm not going to work out, I'm going to skip it. Well, what happens tomorrow? I'm busy every day. I'll just skip it tomorrow too, right?
Tomorrow it's the weekend. I'll start on Monday.
Right. It's the holiday, right? I mean, and I'm not saying this, it's bad if you take a day off, but the point is you can't start making a habit of doing things just because you don't feel like it. I feel stressed. I felt really stressed this morning, right? I was like, man, I got so much to do. I don't know how I'm going to get it all done. I felt stressed. I could have easily just given into that feeling, but it can't, like Jay said, it can't be based on your feelings. What you do has to be based on your habits. It has to be based on your principles, your character. I told myself that I'm going to try to work out. I work out 6 days a week, and I'm going to do that, right? That's my habit. That has become my habit. Now, it doesn't have to be an hour-long workout every day, but you know what I mean? It's a habit. So rely on your principles, your habits, and not rely on your feelings. Because when you rely on your feelings, it does not work out very well.
Feelings get hurt.
Yeah, they do.
So we're going to wrap it up here, guys, with there's 5 steps, right? I'm going to do a couple, and Dave's going to do a couple. And if you can work on these things, it will help, right? It'll help you stop that procrastination. So step 1 is just basically acknowledge that you need to make the change, right? It's like being an alcoholic or whatever. Like, I have a problem, right? You have to acknowledge that you have a problem and stop cutting yourself so much slack, right? Stop making excuses and letting yourself off the hook, right? It's your pride that says, I'm good. I'm good. I can do it later, right? I'll be able to make it up. I'm good enough. I'm strong enough. I don't have to work out today. I'll make it up tomorrow, right? Whatever it is, that's the first thing. It's just acknowledge that you have a problem. Stop letting yourself off the hook, right? Step 2 is prepare in advance, right? Let's say you have to do a speech, right? And you wait till the night before, you throw it all together and you do it the next day. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. But if you know that you have a speech next week, right? And you spend the time today, right? It's in your calendar. It comes up, write notes for speech, right? And you do it today. Then maybe tomorrow you see something on the news and you're like, oh, that kind of like, I could use that in my speech, right? And then you go to sleep, and a couple of days later, you wake up and you're like, oh man, because your subconscious mind has been gelling, right? It's been like churning and working on that stuff. Everything that you see and do, it's all in there working. And then you wake up and you're like, oh man, that's great, and you write that down and you make a change. And then the day of your speech, like, exactly what you're going to say, and all this stuff has come together and it just flows better, right? It's just and there's no stress because you're already prepared. And like I said, you're going to be tired either way, right? You're going to spend the time last minute and throw together something that could turn out crappy, or maybe it'll work out, right? Or you can do it when you should have done it in the first place. Then the stress is gone, right? But you spent the same amount of effort, and it's going to probably turn out better anyway, right? It's going to be a better finished product.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, moving into step 3. Step 3, Jay already mentioned it. Put it in your calendar, right? Put stuff in your calendar. I live and die by my calendar. If it is on my calendar, it is rare that I go to sleep and have to move something over to the next day. It's just if I had something that was totally out of plan that just sideswiped my day, that's the only time things go from my calendar from today that I had to get done to tomorrow. So put it in your calendar. They say if you want something done, give it to the busiest person you know. Why? Because they're going to get it done. They're going to
say, I give David all my stuff.
He does. But it's so true. Because why? They put it in their calendar. They get it done. So put it in your calendar, get it done, and stop procrastinating about it. Step 4 is minimize those distractions that help you procrastinate. Well, I'm going to watch Netflix, right? I mean, I'm not saying you can't watch Netflix. I'm not saying you can't watch TV. You can enjoy that. I'm going to watch TV this weekend. Oh goodness, I'm totally, my brain is not functioning today. The season just came out today, or the last part of the season. What is it?
The Housewives of Atlanta.
No, Stranger Things. Like, my kids and me have gotten it's been awesome. Like, it's a really good family thing. Like, we all watch it together. The kids are really excited about it. I love the show too. So it's like right up our alley. I mean, it's really been a good bonding time for me and my kids. My wife's not into it at all, but for me and the kids, it is. And so it's our thing. And so we're really looking forward to it. But so what I'm saying is that those things like that aren't bad, but I'm not going to do it during prime time work hours, right? It's going to be in the evening when there's not, anything going on. You have to schedule those things. Don't be going and filling up your car with gas in the middle of your productive hours. Don't be going and folding laundry in the middle of your productive hours. Schedule those things and minimize those distractions. All right. And last, we already talked about it, but your feelings should not determine what you do. you're never going to feel like being productive. You're never going to feel like going to the gym. You're never going to feel like, doing that thing that you've been putting up, because it's going to make your brain just hurt to try to figure out how to do it. We all have those things that we're like, man, this is going to, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but just do it. Your feelings should not do it. Why? Because it's a habit. It's a habit to remain healthy. It's a habit to remain productive. It's a habit to remain loving to your spouse, right? There's days where you're not in a good mood. You don't want to be loving, but it's a habit. So you do it anyway. All right. So those are those 5 steps. Hopefully you watch this several times and you really take these to heart, and it can absolutely change your life. So Jay, appreciate you, brother. Sorry, we went a little long-winded today, but I think it was really worth it. And I hope everybody has a great day. We got some people jumping in saying, acknowledge, prepare, add it to the calendar, minimize distractions, and don't rely on feelings. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. It means a lot. Y'all have a great 4th of July weekend. God bless. We'll see you later. Bye.